It wasn't popsicles, though. It wasn't popsicles.
Okay, you guys took a long rest. I'll take that off of the to-do list.
And so first off, I want to go to the potion shop. Does anybody want to go with me on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take Aros with you.
Get
him kitted out properly.
Go. I'm just gonna give him a nice sword.
Well, the three of you are going to the market. I think I want to go with Mr. Allen.
Do you want to stop by the temple, then go to the be a diplomat, and try to get us some money and a ship and a respect?
See what?
Get a
That's
ship.
a tall order. That's a tall order.
It's not gonna be like just us on the ship either. It's gonna be like a whole crew.
That's why I'm talking to the mercenaries.
Yeah, you
They're
might.
the only one with ample
If you're wanting a ship, you might need a crew.
That's what I'm saying. It's not gonna just be us.
That's why I wanted to keep the mercenary leader so we can make him a Mr. Slave. All right, so first we're going
Wait, can I add a new weapon to my inventory called Pocket Sand?
Arosing Glen. Okay, you guys split the party. You walk up to a magic shop, and it is called the Oddities of This World and the Next. Okay, so I see you needing a components pouch for potions. I'm afraid we don't sell potions here, sir, but we can outfit you with the components pouch. Do you know what you need in your components pouch?
let's see. I think it was like dirt, jar of dirt, short copper wire,
Okay.
dirt,
Dirt.
What's the Argonian?
An Argonian? What is an Argonian?
Lizard man.
But it has boobs?
6 breasts.
Lizard man.
Listen, man.
so what name has to be your first name, last
Gucci
name,
gang, Gucci
and
gang,
your occupation? Lizard man. Lizard man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And, lizard man.
I was thinking of the Gucci Gang song, but Lizard Man.
Every time I'm in the streets, all I hear is.
Oh, here.
There you go, 33 gold.
Have a few scrolls on hand. I'm not sure what they are just yet. We only received them yesterday. But we can take a look at our stocks if you wish to peruse them. So he opens up the first scroll, the one that had the frosty fog. Looked like it had a little bit of like ice on it. He opens it up. He says, "Oh yes, this one is of armor of Agathis. This one will give you a protective magical force that surrounds you and manifests a spectral frost that covers you and your gear." Then, just to explain, you gain 5 temporary hit points for that duration. He explains that it gives you more health temporarily.
But since it's frosted, he's cold-blooded.
If a creature hits you with melee attack while you have these hit points, the creature takes 5 cold damage.
Okay.
So it's more of a defensive spell with frost nature. So that was that one. He says that's the Armor of Agathis scroll. He sets that aside, and then he looks at the next one, which is the one that had the sheen that he noticed first. He says, "Oh yes, this one is a scroll of minor illusion. You'll be able to cast a minor illusion with
Is
this
that the one
scroll."
that had the gleam on it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Minor illusion. Do you want to hear about that spell? Or
Sure. It's a minor illusion.
I can tell you how long it lasts and whatnot.
Okay.
I actually, that was actually one of the wizard spells that I was looking up the other day, but it's just like it is a minor illusion, like a scream or yell. It's kind of like prestidigitation, just a little bit better. And it lasts for about an hour.
Yeah. Minor illusion. You create a sound or image of an object within range that lasts for the duration. The illusion also ends if you dismiss it in an action. It as an action or cast the spell again. If you create a sound, its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. It can be your voice, someone else's voice, a lion's roar, beating of drums, or any else's voice, or any other sound you choose. Sound continues unabated throughout the duration, or you can make discrete sounds at different times before the spell ends. If you create an image of an object, such as a chair, muddy footprints, or a small chest, it must be no larger than 5 foot cube. The image can't create sound, light, smell, or any other sensory effect. So you pick an effect, either sound or visual. That's what it seems like to me.
It's just a little bit better version of President.
If a creature uses its action to examine the sound or image, the creature can determine that it is an illusion with a successful intelligence check against your spell save DC, which is a scroll, so it should bypass. Well, you'd be using your save because it's you having cast a scroll, kind of a deal. So this is a minor illusion scroll. And then he places that down, and he unfurls the larger scroll, which was longer. It looks older. He unfurls the large, old-looking scroll, and he says, "Ooh, this is a teleportation circle scroll. Would you like to hear about this?"
Yes.
Yes. Hey, everybody else. Hey, just have him whisper in my ear. Everybody else has to close their ears. Okay, bye-bye.
What? No.
Yeah.
As you cast the spell, you draw a 10-foot diameter circle on the ground inscribed with sigils that link your location to a permanent teleportation circle of your choice, whose sigil sequence you know and that is on the same plane of existence as you. A shimmering portal opens within the circle you drew and remains open until the end of your next turn. Any creature that enters the portal instantly appears within 5 feet of the destination circle or in the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied. Many major temples, guilds, and other important places have permanent teleportation circles inscribed somewhere within their confines. Each such circle includes a unique sigil sequence, a string of magical runes arranged in a particular pattern. When you first gain the ability to cast this spell, you learn the sigil sequences for 2 destinations on the material plane, determined by the DM. You can learn additional sigil sequences during your adventures. You can commit a new sigil sequence to memory after studying it for 1 minute. You can create a permanent teleportation circle by casting the spell in the same location every day for 1 year. You need not use the circle to teleport when you cast the spell in this way. This is a scroll of teleportation circle, and it appears to just be one side of 2.
What's that mean?
It means it
it's a
goes
second
somewhere.
It goes somewhere, not.
Yeah, you don't
But not
know.
that.
Now it's a mystery.
Oh.
He
Okay.
explains, this appears to be
One half.
one half of a ritually created teleportation circle.
Tell me about it after.
So it can't be used.
Oh, it can be used. I just don't know where it leads
Okay,
to.
so I will ask him how much for that and the frost one.
Damn it.
The
One half.
the frost one, the armor of Agathis scroll.
Don't remember that.
500 gold.
The armor of Agathis I can let go for 25 gold.
Well, let's jigger it up.
The teleportation circle, that's
One half of the teleportation circle.
one half of it. That would go. This is an oddity for sure. I can let that go for 100 gold.
Blow all your money at one location.
It's one half though.
Yeah, but you could like
But
teleport to a mansion for you don't know.
Or you can be transported to a cultist circle and they kill you as soon as you show
Yeah,
up.
it does. He explains there's no destination on the scroll. It's just it goes somewhere.
Wait.
It's not in the information. Wait, it has the It has the spell. You cast it as a scroll. It'll take you somewhere. Is what he's saying. Like
It'll take somewhere I want to go or just somewhere.
it has an end route and
There's
a receiving teleportation circle. This goes somewhere. I just don't know where.
I'd be kind of like try to haggle with them.
Yeah. How do you want to haggle? Do you want to be persuasive? Do you want to be
Where-
intimidating?
where your,
You also have, just to say, you have advantage on one check today.
Oh, yes.
Let me make a recording.
But also remember your alignment too.
Oh, have we not?
Let me.
He hasn't made it.
Bargaining and haggling doesn't really change your alignment too much unless you're like
Unless
really
it's
cutting
intimidation.
this. Like if this guy's like destitute, you know, kind of a deal.
My intimidation is 0.
What? How?
My persuasion is +2.
Okay, do you want to use persuasion?
Yeah, I'm gonna use persuasion. I'm gonna try to persuade this man to lower his price.
Okay. How do you want to ask him?
You're like, we don't know where it goes.
With the risk involved, and us here to, I want to mention that we're here to solve the problem of the Raiders. Could you make a sweet deal for us, and we will pay you back some other time?
Okay.
Sweet deal.
Since you mentioned the Raider deal,
Yeah.
you're gonna get a free advantage for that, so you don't have to use your one. So
Okay. So,
I'll roll against you.
Okay, roll again for your band.
how you gotta do? Oh, I went to the bottom. We gonna roll again. Okay, so that was a 14 +2, which is 16.
16.
Wait, Jesus.
Yeah, keep 16.
Yeah. 16.
So you're one of the. Are you one of the survivors?
Yes. We say we
And you say you're going to fight the Raiders.
annihilate.
Annihilate.
We will get rid of them. Because it is our job.
Alright. I believe I can help you out on this. I can drop it without taking too much of what I get from this, down to 75.
For both?
For the larger scroll, the teleportation scroll.
75 and 50. All right. Well,
I'll drop the armor of Agathis down to 15.
So 75 and
90.
50.
It's 90. That's a deal.
That's a deal.
All right.
One. It's going to take some time, boys.
All right.
So you are handed. He actually goes to get you some nice banding and make sure the scrolls are wound with the banding. And
Is it 50-foot hidden cord?
he makes sure that it doesn't fall apart for you, and he'll hand it over after he receives the payment.
Okay.
He has them ready on the counter. He places the last scroll into the barrel.
So I take it off the counter and I run. No.
I'm over here. I did collect the remnants of my rope, and it's just like a whole bunch of just.
But yeah, he puts the minor illusion scroll back into the barrel, and he closes it up with a funk. And
Minor illusion.
he's standing by at the counter while you count out your money.
That would be an interesting side quest.
That's what I was thinking.
Right, yeah.
Like, after we get done
We'll
with
call
all
it the
this,
mystery scroll.
I'm just gonna hold on to it
It's
for a
all
long
wind
time.
up
Everybody's
in
gonna
2
forget
months.
about it.
I'm just happy to be getting money.
Wind up in a beholder's lair.
But what if
Some
what if
giant
we-
mechanized like scorpion that shoots lightning out of its tail. You know, it's like, hey, buddy.
Hi, how you doing?
And then you
come here
get
often?
transported into a room with a beholder. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Get teleported into a room that has no exits.
So that was.
How did the scroll get
90,
out?
yeah,
then?
Yeah, it's 90. 75, 50.
How did the scroll get
Teleported
then?
out.
How we doing on money, by the way, guys? You spent a big chunk earlier,
Me?
Kilby. Yeah.
Not too bad.
Make sure you keep track of how much you got left.
Yeah, I'm alright on.
I got
You're
plenty.
out
I've
of
only
paper.
spent 4 silver. Sorry, 3
Well,
silver.
You actually have
How much
some.
did
You earned some yesterday, so you haven't picked it up yet.
What was it? 33.
That's for the day's pay.
And your store made 2 gold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like he earned some.
I do not have the most gold.
Hey, I just gotta say this. Like, while all this is going on, I'm probably doing payroll downstairs for my whole...
I mean, you were going. You and Bam were going to the mercenaries.
17.
Or no, you were going to the
church.
palace. Oh, church.
And then
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to the mercenaries, and
No, it's just
because we're working for them technically.
Yeah, your temple would be in the green district for sure.
It's 107.
Because I was going to stop there, go to church for a couple hours, then go off to.
I mean, it's not made that much of a dent.
It
Talk
made
to
a
some
dent, but
captains.
it's not a bad thing that you
Am I
did.
allowed in your church?
Yeah. Okay.
They won't hardly see you.
Let me get
Don't
this
cause
money counted, and then we'll resume with the second half of the
I got a
party.
question. Are you allowed
To them?
Are you capable of making copies of scrolls, or like what can you?
Well, yeah,
Definitely
It's your
rebel
item
felons.
now. Once you pay for it, it's you're going to be your item, and what you do with it is up to you.
No, I mean like what's the limitations of the
What's
game?
the limitations?
Yeah.
Your imagination?
One time
Like
for sure. Training helps for sure.
I was wanting to see if I could learn the armor of. I want to
Learn the armor of
I
Agathis?
want to eventually learn it, not just be able to not just cast it once. So that's fine.
I mean, I can do it. I can definitely do it too.
Yeah, that's what.
If you want to take time and try to work on your spell crafting and forging, yeah,
And then I want to imbue it into the armor. That way, it's always going.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But you're cold blooded.
Oh, then it wouldn't be a constant temporary. It'd be like a permanent temporary.
Yeah,
bonus. That'd
I
be
don't
cool.
plan being the person to wear it.
Eventually,
so.
it just becomes a magic item.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be something I can learn too. Once I do it. But
Yeah.
Once I do what I'm planning to do. Stay tuned to
If
find
you follow
out.
up with it, yeah.
Almost
Stay tuned to
everyone.
find out.
So,
I wonder what it is.
There's been money spent today.
And you got some money back.
Yeah.
It's always a good day when the DM.
Are you still with him?
I was gonna get back to that once I get his money sorted. I got to do it because of money.
The money.
Money.
Everybody loves some money.
Oh.
I feel like you just give us that, that's 90.
I'm a
Yeah,
laugh,
mine
but you
too.
just cut away, and it just comes back to us yelling honk at each other.
I'll make sure.
Honk.
I cast I cast prestidigitation and make a stack of gold coins and just be like hide it in there.
Yeah, since they're like real for a little bit, they're like, oh,
And then it's just like those people chip me. maybe in a town that we don't want to be in for long.
Yeah, this town we're doing a major place. I mean, if we're doing like a pass-through kind of town, then yeah.
Yeah, especially if it's a seedy place.
Like we're bored shitless.
Is that the last of it?
That's the last of it.
Okay.
But then
Also should note that I suck at counting, so this will take a minute.
I mean,
That's why I'm not a cashier. You know.
when we leave, we just sell Babel's shop. And
Your
just got
freaking
battle.
inheritance that you did in the other campaign.
oh, dude, I made 70,000 gold.
He started the campaign with a bunch of like an estate, and then he's like,
Wait,
"Yeah, I'm
that-
gonna sell it because I have friends now.
Wait,
I'm going on an
Smash
adventure."
has an estate.
yeah, Smash has an estate and he
Too
wanted
bad.
to
Taken
he-
over by demons. at the
Too bad
moment.
his ass got sacked.
Hold on, I had
Yeah, why-
230 gold. Now I'm at 140.
You still have more than me.
You sold my shop, I have more
went
than
to where
everybody
I
here.
started out
Four,
as.
5.
That's what I was saying, guys. I had gold to spare.
Wait, I just
I bet you,
I just had a
I bet you're
realization.
thinking buying
Look
that
for
new
coin.
shit's a sword.
And hold up your character.
Yeah, the thing that
How is he carrying all that money?
it's
We've already talked about this. This ain't been recorded.
it's
They're gold coins just his size. And when he hands them to you, they get bigger.
depending on where you guys are from, the coinage is different. But you're in a major port city, so they don't really question too much because a lot of different cultural coins come through here anyway. So you guys have, like, depending on where you're from, different looking coinage.
You know,
But
I'm
it's
forging all my coins into coins that looks just like yours.
That's a smart idea.
If it's coins
If
that
you
are
can
perfect
get-
from House Folk, like we'd just be over here like
I mean, at that
Like a
point,
freaking clipper.
at that point, you got to make your own city
Have
state
you ever
just to
seen-
do it.
Yeah.
Have you
So
ever seen the movie Push?
No, forgery. Just
Yeah,
full on
with the
forgery.
floating guns.
oh god,
Yeah,
flush the
so you
Merc,
remember that part where
district
he's,
with
like,
all this
giving out
crap.
the-
With mouthful
But then
coin.
flipping it, and it'd be like,
So
real
like
money.
one coin for
Yeah.
us is like 20 of
something
his.
like that with
It's
with
just like, we're gonna devalue the fuck out of that currency.
I wonder how they don't notice that. Like it'd be like this guy every time he comes in, we get monopoly money somehow.
You know, I thought about getting Kildree to do the presidentation.
Presentation.
So I was like, I don't want to do that because we're gonna be here for a little
We're
bit.
gonna be here for a little
The
bit.
shopkeeper's gonna come after me and be like, oh shit.
The shopkeeper gave
I mean,
2 discounts.
you guys are pretty
Yeah.
set right now. You're in a trade hub, so you're gonna have a lot of available.
I-
Anything and everything you could ever
I've
ask
read-
for is here.
I've read about
It's the jewel of the sea.
I read about this one dude getting buying a goat for a gold coin, and then buying like sheep herder for 5 coins.
Yep.
And so you can get like 100 the goats per sheep herder.
We're
And
good
then-
here, sir. Thank you for your business.
And then make cheese every day.
Mm-hmm.
Please, if that's all, thank you for shopping with oddities from this world and the next. I hope to see you again.
That's an
Hopefully
awesome shop
soon.
name.
Do what?
Shop
That's an awesome
S-Mart.
shop name. This world and the next.
What if they shop
it.
like falls stuff around?
It might.
It's a magical shop.
That'd be cool.
All right.
I'd
So
be like,
is that
like-
all you guys want to do now?
be
Let's go
100
ahead.
miles away.
We're-
Didn't we see you before?
No,
Oh,
no.
No, that's my
That's my
twin
cousin.
brother.
That's my cousin. It'd be like Nurse Joy's in
Nurse
every
Joy.
Pokemon.
All right. The second. Okay. The other.
That's my cousin's brother's mother.
From
Stepson.
the other half of the party. The other half of the party heads to.
That's my aunt's brother.
The other half of the party heads to what appears to be the miniature temple district within the green district. Babel is leading. I think it's just Bam. Yeah, it's just Bam. Babel. Bam, are you on Babel's shoulder, or are you following him, or what?
I beware of Fedora.
I'm riding on like
Right into Brim.
riding the brim.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's what's up.
Just so you, can we just gave our letters to Pluck and he just take it off and then?
I forgot.
Yeah, y'all gave the letters to him. We
Alright.
left to the market. They left.
You guys are still in the market. You still have something you wanted to do. I wanted to get to them. So,
Yeah.
About enough time has passed that Pluck will be back with.
with all the like debating over magical items and money counting and whatnot. So they headed to the district next door, which is the green district, and they go to the miniature temple district in the center of the area. Babel, what would your deity's temple look like?
See, it's a temple to the merchant god, so I suspect it'd be hilariously a giant bazaar. It's just constantly people are out there like trying to sell shit. That's what I expect.
That's a fair assessment. You'd have peddlers
What?
trying to set up shop there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It would make sense.
Outside of the Great Hall, that
No,
is.
you don't-
And then inside the Great Hall, you have a few more shops, and then it gets into the prayer area through another door. Mhm.
this is
With a very, very full
I need to find items
tribute thing,
so you know the.
tributary pot.
Libations and other not donations.
Donation, yeah, donations.
Tribute.
Tribute,
Yeah.
which I immediately throw 4
Tidings.
gold coins in.
4 gold coins.
Tidings.
Tidings. Tithes.
Tidings.
There's a word.
It's called tidings. I remember that because my pastor used to go, everybody get your tidings.
All right. You throw 4 gold coins into this basin that receives the coins. There are some other coins strewn about in there.
Armor of Agarothan.
And I believe I'm trying to find
It
your
was like Everon.
character
The
sheet.
armor
to
of
be honest.
Everon. It was Frost.
Might not have saved it
So-
right.
I'm gonna throw in 1 gold coin just to pay respect to the temple.
The reception bowl is actually in front of a statue of a goddess, which holds out her hands, and from her hands have, like, the way the statue is made, have gold coins that are made of stone that are falling from her hands, like, out to the people. And you throw 1 gold in there as well.
So it's like pouring out like water.
It's not pouring out. It's like the statue, the way it's made like she's giving out gold. Like she's pouring out gold to people.
And the people don't take it.
It's the statue, is what I'm saying. It's made of stone. The coins are.
Yeah, it's not
That
good
wouldn't be
gold.
surprising if you hit it. It was actually made of gold. The
trade
entire
goods,
statue. They just
trinkets.
coated it in cement to stop people
It'll
from
be in
stealing it.
convention gear.
But
so
she's
that's
got a large smile. She's got a very humble hood on her.
About her bosom.
There's a what?
What about bosom?
It's covered. No, it's just very. It's like
Back that ass.
it's just simple dress, humble hood. She's got gold. She's got a smile, and she's holding it out. And you see coins in her hands.
Something like this.
The basin below has some coinage, like I said. So you have added 5 coins to that. Would you like to do anything else at her statue?
Yeah, begin prayer.
All right. What does prayer? Is it silent? Is it loudly?
Either
Or it's up to you.
I'm gonna do silent.
Silent prayer. Okay.
Scroll.
We'll be there for a little while, and then I'm gonna
Spell
go bug the
book is-
clergy.
Okay.
Spell book is.
So you
Most
take.
standard of motions.
So give me an estimate on how much time your prayers go.
Scroll.
10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes. Okay.
Scale.
You give your thanks and your offerings. That's what offering tray. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Offering
that's
tray
What I said.
to your goddess. And Bam, what are you doing this time?
I'm just gonna chill in the hat and just like look around at everything, since it's like
Scroll.
kind of bizarre to me.
Where are you looking?
I look at the statue first, and then pretty much hang on the back of the hat and just look where we came from.
All right, give me a perception check.
Ooh.
12.
12.
Um,
You see a few other people, not necessarily peddlers. But it looks like they're fellow followers of the Commerce Goddess, who are also in prayer. Kind of not outwardly in the center, but like off to the sides, almost like up against the walls. You see a woman walking by them that seemed to be wearing some sort of simple tunic similar to the one that the goddess is, and she's walking by. She has a broom in her hand. She's off and on sweeping here and there, and you also see an incense area set up in a corner, and it seems to be actively putting out some nice smelling scents, which you would pick up with for sure. That's the most that you guys are be able to spot right now. As he is finishing up his prayer in the time limit he's said, somebody walks up to the tray for offering and puts down a couple gold, and one of them dinks off of the side of the tray and actually falls onto the ground and rolls across in front of Babel.
I'm gonna look down, reach down, pick it up, and hand it back to him.
Okay, you see, while you're stretching back this coin offering, you see a older man who you've seen before, and it's actually the merchant that you were talking to in the stadium,
hand it out to him. Like, here you go.
Thank you. Then he chucks it into the thing. It's like, sorry about all that business before.
Business is business.
Well, how fares your party? I see you are short some.
Couple of medical, several out shopping right now to get equipped. They're eager to get started.
Actually,
Do you think they'll go along with the mercenaries?
Not under them. From what I've seen personality-wise, they would probably be the worst underlings under the mercenaries.
Well, we are short on options, so hopefully they'll follow through.
I think the best we could get here out of this would be cooperation instead of subservience.
As long as somebody gets paid in the end, I'm sure they'll follow through with it. Anyway, I apologize for that terrible business before, but I must get going. And then he runs off. Kind of in a quicker stride because he really didn't expect you to be here at the time. Everyone's got to pay their dues, kind of a deal.
It's just like the shady car salesman, and he's like striking up and just like, not here, not here. That's disrespectful.
All right, and you are done with your prayer.
Yep.
What do you want to do now, guys?
I'm gonna go bug the clergy. I'm primarily looking for a high priest.
Okay. You, the only person you saw was the woman sweeping. That's possibly the sister.
All right, I'm gonna go to her and I'm gonna ask her: is any of the high priest here today?
Well, I believe they're in their office in the back. I think they're busy with their numbers at the moment, but I believe they will take visitor if you ask for them.
Very well. Will you announce my arrival?
And so she says, certainly, sir, and then she sets the broom aside along the wall and goes off to knock on the wooden door that you see now back behind the statue. And you hear a voice say, yes, what is it? And you hear her mumble, and she goes in after he answers, and they're there for a couple minutes, and she leaves the door, closes it again, goes back to tending her sweeping, and then you see a large man, tall in stature, I should say, tall in stature man walk out the door and set a cap on as he exits the door, which he has to kind of duck for, basically the way it was built, and straightens up his trappings, which are a little bit more ornate than what the sister's wearing, and spots you, and then walks up and says, yes, my son, what can I help you with?
What is the title for this high priestess?
The high priest?
Yes.
The high priest.
I think they'd be called the Master of Coin, kind of a
Master
deal.
of Coin?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
There'd be probably more like official title for the sake of relations with the rest of the population, but you know him as the Master of Coin, given your faith. He saw you, approached you. He's like, yes, what is it you need, my son?
I wish to speak to you, Master of Coin, about a vision I've had recently.
All right. Would you like to come into my office? Then he notices the mouse folk on your head. It's like,
Sweet.
is he a friend of yours?
Yes. His name's Bam.
Pleasure to meet you, Bam. And
Spam.
is he to take part in the conversation as well?
Can if he wants.
All right, then by all means. And then he'll turn around, head to the door, open it up for you, stand there. Please. Then inside you'll see just a large desk that has some seating, usually for confidence. A large desk with some seating. There's a lot of paperwork on one side of the desk. It definitely looks like it's number crunching. There are a few smaller idols of the goddess sitting in the office, and he beckons you, come inside and sit.
Alright, go in there and take a seat.
Alright, he shuts the door behind you guys as he comes in, and he'll take a seat at the desk. He'll place his hat on the desk, having gone back in, and he says, "Visions, you say?"
Yes, as you know, I've become a warlock of the merchant goddess.
Yes, her coins tend to change everybody's hands when they are received.
And recently I've acquired the Pact of the Tome. But with the pact came a vision.
What was this vision?
A great evil to the west, disrupting all in its wake. Its corruption's already moving to our region.
That sounds bad.
Great evil, you say?
Yes.
Do you know much more about it?
It's a vision. It was about as vague as it could possibly get. But the possibility of there's a weapon here in the east. Something or someone, I'm not sure.
It's a very vague vision.
Yes, I'm hoping to receive more to shed some light on some details. All I know is there is a current drive to seek out parts of an artifact.
You don't happen to know anything about this artifact either, do you?
All I know is this artifact will take shape. I know it as a key. That's all I know of its details. It is of a time before our civilization.
Something ancient.
Yes.
With a key.
It's incomplete shape. I know I'm drawn towards the handle of it at this current time.
What do you propose we do?
I think I need help finding the rest of the parts. I know of at least 3, but I've only been given details about the one.
What do you know of it?
It's the base of it that the other 2 parts will connect onto, and it will reveal the location of the artifact. But they seem to be scattered in every which direction. All I know is there's 2 to the east, and the 3rd one I'm not sure of yet. I've already sent out letters to several of my colleagues to the east, and I have not received any response yet. That's why I came here to ask if you all would, if the church would put out a request for more information on this as well. For I fear that that evil is coming for all of us.
He sits back in his chair. Nice Foley work, by the way. You know, he sits back in his chair, And he seems to ponder while looking at the ceiling. He sits forward and he says, yes, we can put out some feelers and try to get more support on this. If the goddess herself has come to you and given you these visions, then by all means we need to act on them. And he kind of shakes his head. He says, if we hadn't been in these circumstances with these raiders, maybe we would have known more earlier.
Yes, and I have a feeling it's these raiders as what's bringing the evil. That we're allowing it to spread easier. Right now I'm a part of a party, the survivors of the arena. And hopefully we can deal with enough of the raider threat to allow us to deal with this great evil that's coming.
Well, you have my support. I will do what I can. Try to get answers as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, son. And, thank the goddess that she came to someone.
After we gather more information, I want to put in a request as well.
What's that?
A request for a voucher to the mercenary organization for men and a ship. I already have one promised by one of the magistrate to assist on this, but I have a feeling one coming from the church as well will allow us to set sail earlier. Or I feel like time is not on our side.
I may be able to pull some strings. I can't promise you anything, though. The mercenaries have their own ways with their warring. I'm just here to spread the love of the goddess and coins to everyone. Everyone deserves it. So,
Yes.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you.
For now, do what you can in the city. See what odds and ends you can get into, and maybe you'll come across a faster way of doing things.
Yes. Thank you.
And please, don't be afraid to visit again. Tell me of any other future visions you have.
I don't plan on keeping them to myself. Knowledge is power. With power, you can change the entire world.
With the goddess, the world will surely be a better place.
That I pray.
He nods again, and I believe he's gonna gesture as he stands for a handshake, and then shakes your hand.
Yep. Stand up,
Place.
shake his hand, and literally take a half bow and walk out the room.
I hold on to the hat.
Literally, all I'm doing is that's not rude.
What's over here?
You see him nodding again as the door closes, and you don't see him anymore.
Sweet. Time to go mess with people.
All right, let's resume with the other half of the party, because that took a little bit.
Yeah.
From what I remember,
I'll
you
bring
guys
this over.
The
wanted to.
merchant, and then
Yeah,
fighting a dragon, and there was a goblin and a half. Wait, what was it? It was a gnome.
Were you all getting goblin slayered?
I don't
Literally
know.
getting caught by a whole bunch of goblins that are way too
No,
big
they
for
were
their good.
like in the back room doing something. Meanwhile,
Alright.
there's a lot of.
So we're going to the
Wait,
alchemist.
you were in the
You
back.
wanted to go to an
So,
alchemist,
back-
which you were directed to down the road. You were
No, no,
warned
we're
about
back on
potential. You were warned about potential illicit dealers of bad potions. Glenn also said he wanted to try to outfit Aros when he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to blacksmith after this. So.
Okay, so you head to the directions, to the directed alchemist shop you walk up to, and you see the name of it, and it is the foaming jug.
The what?
It's a good name.
The foam,
Foaming jug.
Yep,
the foaming juggler.
Jug.
foaming jug.
Jug, jug, jug,
Okay,
jug,
cool.
jug, 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 jug,
And
jug.
it is a, it's like almost like a vase, almost in like imagery, and it's like got like an orange tinge to like the foam that's coming out on one side and green on the other.
No, we go inside.
All right, there is no bell or anything this time.
I was about to.
Dick.
All right,
I'm surprised because
go up to
shots are
the.
usually shiny.
You are
I'm surprised
hit
you're not
with
standing there playing
your-
with them.
You're hit with like immediately the
Smell.
deep smell of various herbs, spices, and other roots and things like that.
We don't really take notice because we don't got good that smell.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, you've got noses.
I mean,
You've
we
got
noses.
nostrils. You smell.
I mean, we got noses, but I mean,
It's not a racial ability, but I'm just saying it hits you because you're going to.
I mean, we probably don't.
well, we go to the counter.
You do notice the smell though, like overall, like
Oh yeah, that was
you know, it's a wall of different scents and senses, whatever. You do not see anyone at the counter at the moment. The counter.
Hello, it's me.
Is there any other patrons in the place? Like any other people?
You do not see anyone else. There are a couple shelves that are about 6 feet tall.
We don't see anyone in the store.
You don't see anyone in the
We're not
store.
stealing.
Did you? So you said hello out loud, trying to find somebody.
Hello.
Yeah, we
All
say like we shout
Hello, cop.
like, "Is anyone in here?"
You hear literally right beside you. It's like, yes, someone here, right here. And then like out from behind the corner of the shelf that's beside you guys, as you start walking into see a hunched over like scraggly looking woman, like yes, what do you want?
We like to have some light potions.
Light potions. Light potions. Like, oh, light potions. Healing.
Healing.
Healing potions? Potions. Light.
Oh, I forgot I'm broken English. I'm not.
I'm gonna say potions of healing, but what other kind do you have?
Ooh.
Just to inquire about what she does. That way we can all know what we can and cannot do.
There's lots of potions. Lots of them. Lots of light potions. Potions that are light.
We don't need light potions.
What's the
She starts like shoving like glass jars in her hand from off the shelves. Like, you'll need this, and you'll need this, and you'll need this. And like she's expecting you to like keep up with holding stuff like that. She's like doing it to both of you guys.
we just stay over
What about Aros?
Some of them are really
What about
nasty.
Aros?
Some of them really nasty looking. Like one of them is like very like one's a jar that is clear for the most part on the bottom. At the very top is like some mucusy looking thing that's pooling at the top, and it's like they're just like, oh, that's good.
That's
And another one.
Semen of newt.
Nuke semen. God.
There's the
Cream
chance
of
you will
some
end up
young
with well
guy.
semen at a place like that. You will find things like well semen and well vomit and all that in there.
The cream of some young guy.
She's trying to get up to the front, but she's like seeing something new. It's like, oh yes, this and this and this. You know, she's gonna continue doing this.
Don't
You don't
drop
stop her
it.
shoulder and keep on
But our arms are
pushing
so full
everywhere.
that the bottles are shaking, and you don't drop it.
Okay. Okay. So we tell her like, hold up, give us a minute, and we put some of the bottles back up on the.
I get
like,
Why
just
did
on
you need that?
the register? Be like, we don't know what we need yet. We're gonna find. We just know we need healing potions.
I mean, everybody needs that. And then like she points to like some like freaking chicken foot in a jar or something. It's like
That's. And then there's something in the corner, and I was like, "What's
like
that?"
a
Oh, that's my laundry water.
Okay, so we're dealing with the hag raven. That's what we're doing.
Oh, potions! You need potions. I'm sorry. Light potions, other potions, and then like she goes up to the countertop, which has a drop down door for the workers. She doesn't even open it. She just walks under because she's that. The countertop is actually kind of elevated. Like she goes back there, and then like you don't see her anymore. You don't see her anymore when she goes under that thing, and then you hear like stepping. So she's like going up wooden steps to the top of this, like, well, and then like she turns around, and there's shelves with bottles that are on their sides in like the crisscross X kind of like wine storage kind of a deal, and she's like, no, and then she like throws it and it smashes in the corner, and then it's like, well, the cat will get that, and then
Hope that's not poisonous.
I don't want to kill yet another cat, but then again, more ingredients.
And then she pulls on one, but the cork comes out on the thing she pulls. She's like, oh, drats! And then like it's like, I guess that's no good. And then it's like, yes. Okay.
I know.
She pulls out several eventually and places them on the counters, on the counter in front of her. It's like, this is what we have left.
What?
And she'll place several different colored bottles on the countertop. Let me see if I have any information based on what these are.
So I'm just looking for some
shouldn't have asked.
basic healing potion.
For how adventurous this old lady is, that music's a little too appropriate.
I feel that's the music that's going on as she's going through
Yeah, that's
everything.
what's playing in our head. That's what she's.
So there are in the handful of potions she put up on the countertop. There's 4 red ones in look. They're glasses you can see through. You can see the color. 4 red ones. They're all corked. Varying sizes. One's like almost a sliver vial or file, however you say it. It's kind of like in a little stand, kind of a deal when she sets it down. There's a few green ones and there's a blue one. There's not that many. She said, "This is what we have left."
What about all the what she handed us?
Those were potions.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, you could drink them. You can drink them for sure.
I mean, you can.
That one was good.
Oh, that one's good. That's good for your
Okay,
colon,
so
but it
she
gives you a
rings
bald
up.
spot on top of your head.
Can we ask her what the potions do? The effects of them.
Great for.
Huh. This one, quite potent. This is the tiny vial. This one is a moderate potion. This one, just a little dab on your tongue, and you'll feel better for the rest of the day.
Wait. So a dab on your
Wait.
tongue. Dab on your tongue. How many dabs do you do?
It's a small vial.
That many, you know.
You
We
can
said
do
it's a
3.
small vial,
Do
so
you
I'm
get-
drink the whole thing.
Do you have to drink the whole thing? Because you just said dab a
Small
million.
dab. What's considered a dab? How many dabs are in a vial?
Like this. It's how many?
Because is that 2? 2's pretty small.
I'm sorry, just imagine Michael
See, it's-
where he electrocutes.
It's you could probably, if you wanted to take a sip of it,
Well, dab of it.
it being a vial, you could probably drink half of it and get the equivalent of like a moderate healing spell,
Oh, okay.
and then another one, and then that'll be it.
But she's
'Cause
not-
it has
How
a
much is
cork.
that?
What about the blue one you're
Oh,
talking
okay.
about?
There's
the green one, the small vial.
there was a blue one and there was a couple of green ones.
Oh, I thought they were like mostly reds, like one green.
They're mostly reds, but there's some green, and I think that said there was one blue.
So
So which one was the small vial?
Small vial is the one she was just talking about, the red one.
Oh, okay. What about the
hazel?
rest of hers? Can we? I want to know about those.
You want to know the rest of? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
This one, this is a light potion you need. Light potion, healing. This is a healing potion.
Is she saying light as in?
Like it's light. Like it's a smaller. It's not as small as the vial, but like a light cure wounds kind of a deal equivalent. But it's like this is a light potion, and then you see these tiny little like, it's almost like a diamond at the bottom, and then it's like a straight shoot up. And then this one is also light. This one, it's a larger red one. This one is a. This one gives you a temporary boost to your vitality.
So it cures your wounds and then puts you above your base hit points.
Probably restores
Yes,
life.
pretty much.
Okay.
It gives you a temporary HP boost. That one's a little bigger than the light bottle. There's maybe 3 green ones, and then there's 1 blue one.
How temporary is
What were the
temporary?
green?
Usually it gives you a period of time.
Like a
Do what?
day?
What were the green?
What were the greens? This one wakes you up. This one here, and it's kind of a small vial. This one wakes you up when you're feeling tired.
Oh, so it's like smelling
coffee.
salts. It's smelling salts.
It's an actual liquid though. You can
Wow.
see
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah.
It's not the jar isn't clear. The container isn't clear. It's actually a green container in this one. It's kind of a dark liquid inside.
Oh, okay. So what's in the one? Is that the one you just talked
That's
about?
the first
Sorry,
green
hit
one.
points.
The next one. This one's the same as that one, and then there's a third green one that's larger than that, and it says she says that this one. I don't remember what this does.
Oh, what
And then like she like looks at it, and then like there's something in there. There's something in it.
Oh.
It's similar in style to the thing, the previous ones.
Yeah.
Green glass, dark liquid. You see and hear something shaking around inside of it though.
Like it's moving on its own.
how
Or
about-
No, like when she's moving it, it feels like something's sloshing around in there.
Oh, okay.
Will that be a random? If you drank it, would it be a random whatever it is?
We don't know what it is.
I know she
Should
don't
be
know what it
random.
is.
She doesn't know what it
She
is.
doesn't know what it is.
I'll give you 1 gold for that.
A gold?
We
Mm.
don't know what
You
it
don't know
is.
what it is. 1 gold.
Well,
You should have offered less than gold. You should have offered like silver or something.
No, healing potions are really expensive.
But we don't know if it's a healing potion.
I know. I don't know what it is. It's gonna be the last ditch effort.
Like you're on 1 HP.
well, she like sloshes it a bit and is like, you know, and then
Wait,
like-
drink some of it.
like okay here.
Okay.
And like
Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and do the 1 gold transfer right
So
here.
you drink it, then immediately use the teleportation thing. Just see what happens.
and then
No,
she takes the coin and is like, huh, you know, and then she bites it with like she's got missing teeth and she's got the 1 long tooth. It's like right into it. She's like, that's genuine.
All right, so I put that bottle
And-
of mysterious goo.
It's got something in like solid inside of it. You
All right,
can't
I'm
tell
gonna
because
call
of
it
the
the
glass.
mystery bottle.
Just that mystery potion.
Baby bottle.
And then
Why do I suspect I'll be on death's door and he'll go, alright, time to test this new bottle!
I know. That's exactly what it's gonna be. It's just like I want to touch this bottle, and then it's like it gives me Herculean strength or kills me. One
and
of
then
the-
and then the final one, she's like, well, you bought that one, the blue one. What was it again?
What was it again?
I know what it was.
Oh, it is lets you breathe. This one lets you breathe.
Underwater breathing.
Wait, that's
I
not
mean,
what
do you breathe
said.
underwater?
No,
You
it's
said
the
it
one.
was first.
Oh no, that was the one
You
that
said it was
makes
like
a person
30
up.
hit points, the blue one.
Yeah, it was.
Do what?
You said it was the temporary. hit
Yeah, that's
points.
what. The,
No, that was the red one.
Oh.
That was the bigger red one.
That's a big red one. And the small ones are the.
The small vial was a moderate, like a moderate cure
Which
wounds
one
kind of deal.
wakes you up?
The blue
It's
one.
the green one.
The green.
The green
The
one.
smaller green ones.
Okay.
There's two of those, and then the larger green one he bought, which has something sloshing around inside it, which you can't
Yeah,
see.
Okay.
So what are the other red ones?
The blue one, the last one with the blue one's like this one lets you breathe.
Breathe underwater?
I mean, if you breathe underwater, I guess this will let you.
Wait, no, I ain't getting
It
that.
should. You can breathe anywhere with this.